Hello, this is Crimson of Socialite Media, and I'm here today with a new time-lapse video, and I'm going to be making a Ouija board in this video. And so basically, I have this piece of wood that I got from a friend once he heard that I wanted to make a Ouija board, but I could not find the right dimension board. If I remember right, this was like a piece of a cabinet or something, and it works very well for what I needed it for, and I was very thankful because I did not want to spend money buying a nice quality board like this at a craft store or something. And the first thing I should have done was I should have sanded down the sides because there were a few little splintery pieces of wood, but I didn't do that. Turned out okay, but I guess next time I know using this type of wood. And then I put a wash over the top of the board of a kind of cherryish color brown, and of course put some red glitter in there because why not? It actually had a very nice effect later, the red glitter did, because it shows through but only like when it glints in the light, and it's very nice looking, very aesthetically pleasing to me. And then I kind of just wiped that all down with a moist paper towel to make it look like a stain, and painted the sides black. I painted the sides black. And I sealed that first top coat in with a layer of Fixative spray, I think it's called. I don't know if that really did anything for it, but I feel like it did help the glitter stay in place better because I was worried about it coming off as I was putting other paint on and wiping it all off and stuff like that. And then I moved on to put the sketching onto the board. I did the first sketch on a piece of printer paper. It was just a very rough drawing of what I wanted. It was kind of a general idea, but for reference I just kind of looked at a bunch of pictures of the things I wanted. I looked at the font that I wanted and tried to mimic that a little. And then what did I do? I don't remember. Well, let's just talk about the imagery. So in the top left corner I have a sun, which it is traditional on the Ouija board to have a moon and a sun. The sun represents good weather or good conditions, and the moon represents bad weather or bad conditions. My initial idea was to put under the moon and under the sun, il fait beau, and schlecht Wetter, which is French for the weather is nice or the weather is beautiful, and German for the weather is bad or bad weather. I couldn't really find a German phrase that just is kind of a general that people use to mean the weather is bad, because il fait beau, it actually means the weather is beautiful instead of something like the weather is nice, but it generally means like something like we would say the weather is nice. So I actually scrapped that idea because I almost forgot about it, but I remembered it later and I decided not enough room. I feel like it would kind of not fit with what I had. So I scrapped that, of course, and I wanted to do the sun and the moon to have kind of realistic eyes. It didn't turn out that way, as you can see very obviously, but I still think it had a very nice effect the way I did the eyes on it. And then in the lower left corner I have a bird skull resting on top of a sunflower and a plethora of tulips. So the sunflower actually represents my mom because she loves tulips. Oh my gosh. The sunflower represents my mom because she loves sunflowers, and the tulips represent my grandma because she used to love tulips. And in the other corner we have a human skull, which I wish I would have made bigger to go with the birds. I wanted it to kind of match with the bird skull, but I think the skull should have been bigger. Then I have a ladybug because I love ladybugs. I always heard that ladybugs are kind of like the unsung warrior insects, because I always heard that the reason they come in swarms, like, I don't know, is just where I live, that they come in swarms and just like die everywhere like a few weeks later. I don't know, but to my knowledge it is because they eat the smaller insects and invasive insects that are dangerous to crops and things like that. I don't know, that's what I was told. But I also have a skull moth because I thought it is a very pretty moth, and you see it in imagery all the time. It's on one of the Hannibal posters that it's a bunch of bodies to make up the skull moth. And then I have a black swallowtail butterfly because it is my favorite type of butterfly. Every year on my butterfly plant I get a ton of them, and I just love to watch them because they're very pretty in contrast to everything around them. They have a very pretty metallic blue on them, and I just love that about them. And then I don't think I said what the bird skull is for. It's just because I love birds. So yeah, that's basically everything. everything was done with acrylic paint. I sealed it all off with 3 coats of Mod Podge. Then for the planchette, it was actually one of those little lids, you know, for like the microwavable Campbell soup. I cut out the center of it, then cut down the sides so it'd be shorter, and then I put a coat of spray paint, and then I had no idea what to do on it because it was black. Kind of clashes with the Ouija board itself now, but it works, so I'll make a new one in the future sometime. But yeah, just black spray paint, some gold metallic paint to give it some, what's the word? Accents. Just some gold polka dots, I guess. And then some blue paint swirled in there. And basically that's it. I sealed that up with the 1 coat of Mod Podge as well. If you have any questions about how I made the board, any materials I used, any questions about, I don't know, maybe using the board because I'm slightly knowledgeable in that, if you want to know about making one for yourself, please leave a comment below. I'd love to get back to you. This was so much fun to make, and I love using it now. I've used it a couple times since I made it, and it's pretty fun. I had a spirit on it that spelled out love, and it kept going to the sun, which I thought that was very nice and touching. And then just some fun things like that. So, anyways, this has been Crimson of Socialite Media. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye-bye.